it's Carolyn from Carolyn's Creative Classrooms, or Miss Hacker's Classroom from TPT. And I'm excited here to show you my planner, my binder, and really to be able to get organized this year. I know it always excites me planning for next year, and you know, this year's going to be the year I'm organized. Well, let's make it this year's you're going to be organized. I'm going to be organized, and we'll be in it together, guys. So over the past couple years, I've always bought planners, and I've bought planners from different places and Michael's and online, and I really didn't find what I needed, and I needed something customized for me that really helped me organize, and I wanted everything in one. I didn't want to tote around, you know, my planner, and then tote around my calendar, and then tote around my curriculum map, then tote around everything. I wanted it all in one, so that I'm really bad at forgetting things, and if my head wasn't attached, sometimes I would forget it, and just like my keys. So I want it all in one. So I always bring my to-do list everywhere I go. Like, it's on the next to me on the bed. And if I think of something, I turn over and I write it down. So I wanted my calendar and my planner and my to-do list all in one. So a couple years ago, I created a calendar that was larger because I wanted it to fit my needs of planning plus the calendar. I didn't want the calendar, and I was looking at the calendar and then looking at my lesson plans and having to go back and forth. I wanted it in one. I wanted a snapshot of everything I was doing so that I could pull things like my word wall. I could pull my monthly vocabulary words. I could pull things ahead of time, and I was able to be more organized because of it. So over the years, I've changed it a little bit, and I'm excited to show you on Teachers Pay Teachers what it's all about, how it's helping me over the years, and how I changed it so you can see the new updates. So, like I said, my planner was to meet everything that I wanted. Now, if there's something that you see that you want added that's maybe a little bit more customized for your school, just shoot me an email and I'd be more than happy to add a couple pages for you. Just send that email to Carolyn's Creative Classrooms. So, like I said, it's customized, and which means you can add text, and you can add text to any page you want. So, like, there's the sight words, there's vocabulary words, there's days, and literally you just click add text, type the text that you want, and then you can type in students' names, and then that way it's not saved, but you have the capability of saving it if you want, or if you just want to print that one page, you add a new student, print it, and then you're done. So this planner has multiple ways of using it and multiple ways of binding it, and I'm going to show you all of it. So I hope I can answer all of your questions through this video, and I hope I can give you a better look at what this calendar looks like, because I have some examples, and then I'll show you how I'm making it work for me, but how there's other ways that you can make it work for you if you wanted something a tad bit different. So, sizing. Now, like I said earlier in this video, I like to make my calendar a little bit larger. So I'm going to show you an example of what mine looked like last year. Now, please note that this has been through a year of school, so it doesn't look its prettiest, but I'm going to show you how much I used this last year. So here is my calendar, and you can see it is much larger than your ordinary regular paper. It is actually 14 instead of 11, and that gives me more, and I'll see if I can zoom it a little bit closer. I know it's going to be backwards, but you can see where I wrote down all of my, here's my sight words I typed because I knew what I was going to be doing, but then my vocabulary words, I wrote the words in, and then you can see where I typed, but look, I made changes. I X'd things out. So yes, things changed, but I was able to plan ahead of time for it. So you can see it has a little damage because obviously I've used it my entire year. There's arrows where, nope, didn't get to that, moving it down, and I'm sure you can understand that as well. So you see where I've crossed things out and I've changed, but here is my planning piece, and then here is my calendar, so it's all in one. Now, if you didn't want the bigger version and you didn't want to buy the bigger paper, you can still buy the calendar, and here's your letter. size. So you still have the same capability, it's just a tad bit smaller. So here's the calendar, and then here is where you plan. So it's a tad bit smaller, and if you just wanted to write in instead of typing, otherwise your text is probably going to be like 8-point to be able to fit it all in. Now this is an example of my black version, black and white, and you have the capability of doing it in color and black and white. This one is white and black, but you have the capability of editing all of the text here, and it's blank. Now here's an example of my longer version of my new teacher planner. And you can see, longer version, I did bind it on the side. Now I just used a regular binding strip, which you can buy at any Office Depot. And if you bind it on the side, you will have to cut down. So I'll show you. So I did cut some of it off. But if you did the letter version like this, it's the exact size. Now in my longer version, now I did black and white so you could kind of see. Here, look at how much more room you have to plan. Now this is my binded version, and I showed you the last year I had mine binded, and it lasted the entire year. So some of you asked me, should I do cardstock? Yes, that's probably a good possibility if you wanted to bind it. It keeps it a little bit sturdier. But I also laminate the front and the back cover, and that protects it a little bit too. But then I was walking into Staples and I saw a larger version binder, plus they also had clear plastic sheets. So this might be my new favorite this year. So this is my larger version, but now it's inside of a binder, and this is a 1-inch binder, and I printed all of the extra sheets in here so you can kind of see how much space it takes. Now this is going to show you my colored version. So you still have the same, here's your planning, which is in blue, and then here is your calendar, which is in pink. And it has all the months. And then I showed you a blank version which had no holidays, but this has all of the holidays, U.S. holidays. You can see, so it's easier for you to plan around all of those extra holidays. And then my extra pages. Who doesn't love to-do lists? Trust me, I have plenty of, I think 8 to-do lists. Yes, I'm pretty OCD about my to-do list and making sure I prioritize things that are important. What do I need to get done first? Some pages are long ways, and some pages look like this that are the other way. So you really get a choice of which ones you prefer. So you have weekly to-do lists, and then remember when I said prioritize? Yep, this is so me. What must I do first? Pick the top things I need to get done first, and I'm sure you can all agree. You have reading groups that you can plan here, what skills, what activities, what students are in there. You have parent contact information, communication checklist. You know, why did you talk to the parent's name, reason, how did you communicate with them? Was it through a note? Was it through a conference? Was it through a phone call? You have logins to log in all of your important passwords and usernames so you don't forget. There's birthday page. There's MTSS or RTIs, whatever you call that. There's lists, there's accommodations, there's PLC meeting notes so you don't forget anything. What's something that was important that I need to remember. You have so many things. IEPs. So you can look at an IEP just at a glance. What are the accommodations? Do they have speech, OT, PT, counseling? Are they on medication? Just so right at a glance you can see everything at one page. There's a pull-out schedule. Where are they? Now this just showcases some things. There's routines, there's so many pages that you can use for your subs to show them some important information that you want all in one that you can give to them. So some of you asked me, well, how can I edit this? How can I make it work for me? And that's what I'm all about. How can I make it work for you? So I'm going to show you my laptop. I'm logging in right now. You're going to go to my TPT store, and I did put it up at the top so that you can find it easier. And you just go to my store, and then you'll click the product. So let me bring you over here. All right. Don't mind my mess, please. All right. So you're going to go to my store. You're going to click the teacher planner. And when you click the teacher planner, it's going to pull up like this. And I'm so sorry, guys, this is backwards. And then you'll click, and I'll show you, there's, when I talked about pages, how you can print it letter size, how you insert a text box, and then there's examples. And there are many different designs that you can choose from. All right, hold on one second. Let me pull it up so I can show you. So let's say you want to February, and you want to add a special date to this. So you're going to go to Insert, and you must have PowerPoint to do this. It's kind of hard to show you guys, I'm sorry. So you're going to go to Insert, then you're going to click Text Box. And your text box, you can make any text you want, any font you want, however big you want it. You just type in anything there, and then it's on the page. And then some of you asked me how to make it smaller. So you're going to go to Print. After you click Print, somewhere it's Printer Properties. Now, I do note that there are different printers out there, and then Macs versus PC is going to be a tad bit different, but you'll hit that Printer Preferences, and then you're going to change it to 8.5 and 11. If I could show you there. And it's going to say Letter. You click that, and then you hit Print. So, I really hope that I gave you some more information about this, and please reach out if you have any more questions. Some of you asked me, what does the lesson plan page look like? And I honestly have to do my lesson plans on a website called Chalk. However, I do like to plan on paper before I type it in. So here is an example of what it looks like. So you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then you have notes, to-do lists, and dates. And then I know up top, sometimes I like it, but sometimes I like it on this side. So you have both of those options. And I know it's backwards, guys. And then, or I made an example where you have just one full page to be able to write anything you want. All right, guys, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for joining in, and hope I answered all those questions. And I'm sorry about my messy teacher room. I'm planning for August, guys. Bear with me. All right, see ya till later.